Brilliant mathematician, autistic, killing machine as well.
On the surface, it sounds like a stretch.
Yeah, well, I thought, did you pitch it because you thought it might be a musical? I mean, it's a great premise for one.
I mean, listen, people surprise you. You can be an accountant and an assassin. That's, sure.
All the time.
If you can be a Cocker Spaniel and a Poodle,
Yeah.
you can be an accountant and an assassin.
Right, you're on my page. That's brilliant. Okay, great. That's the great thing about the film, though, is it ambushes you at every turn. Genuinely, I mean, it's not ideal when you're shouting out loud in the cinema, but I'm just going, oh, come on, no, you're kidding. But that's fantastic, and that's the ride you go on, right?
Yeah, the thing that I liked about the script originally was that it surprised me. I didn't know what was going to happen, and when the surprises did happen, they seemed plausible, although, incredible. And there was this character in the center of it who was three-dimensional, who I thought would be a really interesting acting challenge to play.
Speaking of the three-dimensional, what I love about it is there is humour in it as well, because out of the awkwardness of the situation, and I go clammy palm just seeing you two on screen together when you're trying, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I like
that's
to stress people out.
Yeah, but because it's so sort of awkward around you, and you're obviously trying to connect, and out of that, and obviously because he's autistic, out of that realism, you do get the humour.
Yeah, there is humor in the movie, and there was humor in my research with people who were on the spectrum. A lot of them were very funny. There were funny interactions, a lot of interesting worldview, and I really wanted to have that comedy be part of this, rather than having it be a sort of like take your medicine movie about a serious issue. That we could take the issue seriously and do it in a realistic way, but also have fun. It's a movie; you should enjoy it.
Well, it comes across an achingly geekish in it.
Thank you.
That is meant with love again. You're looking at me like you've got to snatch a compliment. That was a nice compliment.
I was like, okay, great, I'm in. Achingly geeky. That's high praise. I mean, it's funny because I know exactly what you're talking about. Where like these scenes are a little bit cringy, but I think they're so sweet because they're both trying to connect. It's not like one of them dislikes the other one, or they both dislike each other. But there's just this awkwardness out of the both of them kind of fumbling toward having a conversation and creating a relationship, and it's so fun to watch them do that dance until they start talking about math, basically, and then it all clicks for them.
And then it clicks for them. I'm clearly no head for figures at all, my good self. What about you guys? I know your mum's an accountant.
Yeah. I mean, she's like, out there for women, being like, I'm a chick who's awesome at math. So I feel like a real traitor to my gender, being a girl who's bad at math. But yeah, she's such an impressive woman. She was the breadwinner when I was growing up, so I was so happy to be able to base a role on her, and also be in a movie that portrays accountants as like sexy, exciting
The sexiest
killers.
accountant you said that you've ever met of this young man here.
Ever.
Did I? Wait, when did I say that?
You said no. Just go with
Did I
it.
say that?
Just go with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it. We'll lose it in the edit. We'll lose it in the
You
edit.
said it at some point. You don't remember.
He
It
is
just
the
came
sexiest
out.
accountant.
Oh,
That
stop
sounds
it!
just
No,
like
don't.
me.
Do you know what sings from this film as well? I mean, it is an extreme premise, as we've established, but we all relate to that awkwardness. There's something in all of us that fumbles around, be it a new relationship or a new friendship, when we were all sort of doing that courtship around. And I think that's something that everyone can relate to.
Yeah, that's what everyone's trying to do, is make relationships and connect with other people. And it's actually hard for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not just for this character. This is a more extreme version of it, which is why it's kind of, I think, plays well. But it's the basic challenge of humanity, right? Is to try to forge relationships, connect with people, relate to them.
When you're thrown together in a 5-star hotel room in central London and we've only just met.
That's right. Here
Case
we
in
are,
point.
struggling.
And look, they're struggling. Yeah, the chemistry is sizzling, I
Some of
promise
us
you.
sweating harder than others.
Thanks for noticing, Ben.
No, I'm talking about me.
The action scenes for both of you. Now, I don't want to spoil the movie for anyone, but I don't want to go to the bathroom with either of you. And once again, that is meant with love.
I get that all
I feel like
the
we're
time.
really selling the movie here.
Yeah.
This is
Do
this is
not
putting
go
butts
into the
in
bathroom
seats.
if you
Brilliant.
see this movie.
But
Why doesn't
you do have, you give it some welly, as we say in this country.
thank
though.
you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
a formidable opponent.
That was mostly the stunt team and the stunt performer that I was working with. Just basically telling me, just you can do better than that. Because you know that first take, you're always like, I like crushed it, right? And then you see it back, and you look timid as a mouse. So I had to have some encouragement.
Brought out her inner rage, which was there. So,
Oh, really? Was it, did you have to dig
You
deep for
think
it then?
she's funny, charming,
bubbling on the
quirky? No,
surface.
full of hate.
She's one hot mess, right?
Yeah.
She is one hot mess. Well, yeah, it's because you're light on your feet, which is great, which lends yourself to the martial arts that I know you had to take up for this. I think when you're a strapping lad like myself, rather like you, Ben, is that, you know, the whole martial arts thing, I can't imagine it ever came easy. But did it?
It didn't come easy. No, it's hard. It was hard for me. I'm not naturally inclined to. I never took martial arts or did fight training or anything like that. So I had to sort of learn it from the ground up and rely on the skills of other people to make me look good, including John Barenthal, who's the actor in the movie, who's a real who boxes, and I just focused on each individual move and trying to memorize it like a dance, so that I can at least look good doing those exact moves, but nothing else.
Well, because obviously the last time we saw you, sort of kicking butt, if you like, Batman. You're in a mask.
Rest.
So
it's a lot easier to squeeze a stunt double in there when you're in a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Rest. You know.
Like, I think Rich looks pretty good doing the fight. I don't think I need to.
What's next for you then, sir? We've got Batman coming back.
Live by Night is a movie that I directed. That's sort of a love letter to the old Warner Brothers gangster type movies of old and the 70s. Movies when blockbusters were like Dr. Zhivago and Reds, and like had a lot of extras and costume. And
was that a tough pitch to the studio? Like, come on, like Dr. Zhivago, we're gonna sell so many
that
tickets.
made money in the 70s. So it's just,
Yes, in the 70s,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's a grand experiment, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to that. And what's this? A book, Scrappy Little Nobody?
Yeah, I wrote a book. I don't know why I did that. It's gonna be so great. I don't feel weird about it at all. There are definitely not things in there that I wake up in the middle of the night going, like in a cold sweat,
It's about
absolutely
me.
terrified.
The book's about me. Let's face it.
It's about you
It's
both.
about
Yeah,
me, man.
it's a tell-all.
Yeah.
It's like I'm ready to take you down. It's like an assassination piece.
Very quickly, Halloween's looming, obviously, just as this film comes out. It's a big holiday in the States, increasingly so over here. We obviously know you've got form as cosplay, but is that something you shy away from privately, when it comes to the holiday
Wearing more
itself?
costumes. I wear enough costumes at work. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. Privately, I take a break from the costumes. But my kids really are really into Halloween. Love it. Love to get dressed up. They love to get sick on candy. And for some reason, it's the one night a year that as a parent you go like, okay, make yourself nauseous. It's perfectly acceptable.
Decorate the house with
Throw
a pen.
up on the rug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but I expect it'll be fun. I'm going to be home. I always like to make sure that I'm home for Halloween because those are the things that you can't replicate. If you miss, it's a killer. So I'll be home for Halloween, and I will be watching 3 little lunatics
running around high on candy, and of course you'll be coming as me, because what's not to love about this outfit, right?
Yeah, great. I love these boots. They're
They're
very
yours.
me.
I also
They're
got
yours.
the strong sock
Good
game.
sock.
We like a strong sock too.
Yeah.
Bless you both. A
Thank
pleasure, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
glad.
you.
Thoroughly
So
enjoyed
nice
it.
to
Thank
see
you.
Denzel's the leader. Number 1 on the call sheet. Chris Pratt's the leader. Fantastic, funny guy. Very humble. He has no ego. Vincent D'Onofrio, Ethan Hawke,